seemed like a prince to the women he met, but he turned out to be a frog who had a habit of loving and leaving them with a lot of debt. Joel Lloyd tells us how the runaway Romeo finally got caught.
Can you give me some of the names you used?
Well, there was Don Lowther, Mitchell Stevens, Jason Sims, David Asher.
So who is this man and why so many names? It's all part of a mystery we first told you about last September. Back on August 28th, Kimberly Nice married the man of her dreams, Donald Ray Lowther.
He just looked right into my eyes and saw a guy that was really in love with me.
But then, only 11 days later, Kim's newlywed bliss in Bethlehem, New Hampshire was shattered by Don's unexplained and sudden disappearance.
We left work in Lisbon, about 20 minutes from our home, and never returned home again.
Then came more bad news. First, Kim's husband apparently scammed her by writing over $3,000 in bad checks from their joint account. Then she found the real Donald Ray Lowther in Booth, West Virginia.
I'm not married. I'm too young to be married.
When the real Donald Ray Lowther told Kim that he and her missing husband had roomed together and that his wallet had been stolen, the grim reality sank in.
My husband's an imposter. What do I do?
But as it turned out, Kim wasn't the only alleged victim. In the city of Morgantown, West Virginia, Kim's story made headlines. At first, Linda Thorman read in disbelief, but the photograph left no doubt in her mind that Kim's husband, Don, was her fiancé, Danny Mitchell Stevens. She and Stevens dated for a year, and just before the Memorial Day weekend, he vanished. Then allegedly wrote $14,000 in bad checks on their joint account.
It's amazing how one person can cause that much pain.
I would like to know who I married, why he married me, and why he's done this stuff to me.
I'm sure that there has been a lot of pain at my expense, and I am truly sorry for that.
On Thanksgiving Day, police in Brattleboro, Vermont arrested a 28-year-old on a routine traffic violation. And the man known as Donald Ray Lowther, Danny Mitchell Stevens, and Jason Sims became William Asher. And now this young man, wanted in 3 states, speaks exclusively with Inside Edition.
Every time I switched identities, it was kind of like a new beginning, a forgiveness, if you will. But I never set out to hurt any of those people.
I would just love to just knock that out of him.
I'd rip his head off.
Some of these folks are pretty angry with you. What do you say to them?
I was never set up to plow Linda down. Those weren't her signatures on the checks. And one thing I can say to Dawn is that I was desperate. When I met Kim, I had it all.
And even in the forged checks, etc., you figured that was your doing. It wasn't supposed to impact on them.
Right. I guess it was some selfish thinking. I did. I was thinking that it was my crime, that I would stand responsible for it.
But incredibly, as William Asher faced the music, his new wife, Kim Knights, stood tearfully by his side.
I'm always going to love him.
Kim, I do love you very much. And I hope that you can wait for me.
Do you have any idea how much time you might be looking at?
I'm not sure. I'm scared to even begin to think about it.
So who is William Asher? He says he's been in trouble with the law since age 18, but authorities say he skipped town rather than go to a bail hearing. That's when he started changing identities.